With more than 13 million users, Touch & Go is looking beyond toll booths and into the retail space. But will consumers pay more for the convenience? We asked the CEO Syahrunizam Samsudin as to how Touch & Go plans to increase its adoption. Hi Nizam, thank you for joining us today. So Malaysia wants to evolve into a cashless society by 2020. What kind of role is Touch & Go playing in this?
Okay, so Touch & Go as the biggest e-payments card in Malaysia is now in an education process with the public and working together with Bank Negara to promote the use of our card beyond toll. Right? So there are a couple of concepts we'll talk about. The first concept is urban mobility. Today's highway infrastructure transcends highways, public transport, buses, people walking, and even the real estate development is called transport-oriented development. The idea of Touch & Go being able to use in all this infrastructure is what urban mobility is all about.
Now, many have actually heard about Payment Reimagined. What is that about?
Payments Reimagined is about imagining Touch & Go on something different than a toll card, right? So recently we have launched a new watch called Time Traveller, and the idea is to allow transit passengers to use a watch to circumnavigate train systems as well as bus systems. The idea is very simple. We just put a payments chip into your watch and people can just walk freely, right? Now, we then extend that to places that they can use other than transit.
Of course, other than paying their toll, they also actually use it for, other than merchants, they actually use it for parking as well. So how has been the take-up? Are people happy with the products?
It's not bad. I mean, we didn't buy a big batch of watches because we wanted just to try out the market. So we've sold out our first batch since June. So we've about 1,300 watches. So it's not a big sort of market. But what we have created is a talking point. So the idea of Touch & Go creating conversation with Malaysia around Payments Reimagined was my objective. It wasn't about to sell 10,000 units. It was about, okay, Touch & Go can be used on a watch. Now the trick of the pony is, can Touch & Go be placed in the mobile phone? Right? Can Touch & Go be embedded inside the car vehicle system? So these are the possibilities that we are now looking at from a technological standpoint.
So talking about being embedded into your mobile phone, would you be able to elaborate more on the products that you're going to roll out in the near future?
So in short, we are going to launch a payments app, right? A payments app that will allow people to experience Touch & Go on a mobile phone with online reload, with e-commerce embedded in it, with in-app experience, as well as various other services that we would think or we are curating for our consumers that we feel that they want.
So on one hand, we see Touch & Go application, and on the other hand, we have Time Traveller watch. Do you think A will actually cannibalize B?
No, I don't think so. I think the reality of consumerism today is that people will use what they're most comfortable in using. And I think affordability comes into play. So I think there will be people who will continue to use the cards, there will be people that will continue to use the watch, and there will be others who would love to use the app. So we're going into the consumer market on the pretext that we want to give consumers the best and easiest way to circumnavigate our ecosystem. And so all these products will now be linked with the app. So if you have a card or you have a smart tag, you have a watch, you can link all of this into the app.
Now you have been trying very hard to push this system to retail space. Are people actually buying this idea? Do you see a lot of people actually paying their merchants, their goods in Touch & Go?
I think when we started changing our strategy around Payments Reimagined, a lifestyle play, and getting users to be comfortable with the future of Touch & Go, more retailers are coming on board actually, because they see that there is a bigger future beyond just the toll application. And now what we're seeing is transactions are still not as big as toll, but it's inching up. More retailers are participating. We now have more than 200 retailers. So I think people like the idea of Touch & Go being a lot more sexy than before.
So do you think people would actually pay more for the convenience?
I think this has been a hotly debated topic. I think the idea of having an urban mobility landscape means that Touch & Go has to negotiate with all parking operators to provide the convenience to all consumers, right? So the business model is quite straightforward. Touch & Go invests the parking system together with the building owner and the parking operator. And therefore, the recovery of those investments come in the form of the surcharge. Is that the best way to do it? We are trying to find other ways. In fact, there are other building owners who make the decision that they want footfall, so they don't want to charge the 10%. Ultimately, the long-term goal is for us to find more operators who won't charge the 10% surcharge. But it is a commercial decision that is made by all parties.
Touch 'n Go is hoping that the ease of its new app system will translate into new users. But with the slow rate of adoption, only time will tell if this move will pay off.